here we are in this week's first Cryptoverse Daily Report. Bitcoin still lacks the strength to break through the psychologically important $100,000 level. Profit-taking appears to be overriding strong demand for the leading crypto for now. And today, among other things, we bring you BTC is trading in a wide price range on Monday, between the highs of 95 to nearly 99K. It is obvious that there is a sharp fight between bulls and bears. Even the news that MicroStrategy bought 55,500 new Bitcoins at an average price of almost $98,000 did not manage to catalyze the growth of the price above $100,000 per piece. The FOMC minutes, PCE inflation, unemployment, and revised US Q3 GDP data are the main macro events this week. Meanwhile, has the altcoin season already begun? Let us start. After stopping just a few $100s short of the $100,000 level on Friday, the price of Bitcoin bounced back to below 96K over the weekend. Namely, despite reaching the limit of 100K on the CME futures market, stubborn selling, that is, profit booking, prevented BTC from decisively breaking above that level on the spot markets as well. Bitcoin started the new week with a recovery to $99,000, and analysts generally expect that in the next few days, specifically by the end of the month, it could jump over that psychologically important limit of 100K. And this despite the fact that later on Monday, BTC again plunged below $96,000. Whether this will happen will first of all depend on whether huge capital inflows will continue, primarily through spot BTC ETFs, which will nullify considerable pressure on the selling side. If last week repeats itself, there should be no doubt that new records will follow. From Monday to Friday, U.S. exchange-traded funds saw record net inflows of $3.35 billion. On Thursday alone, they removed more than $1 billion worth of BTC from the market. It was expected that Bitcoin could break 100K as early as today, given the announcement of a possible news by MicroStrategy that it has again stacked its BTC holdings. And indeed, Michael Saylor's company, which is the largest corporate owner of the leading cryptocurrency, added a new 55.5 thousand pieces to its portfolio for $5.4 billion, increasing its holdings to 386,700 BTCs, worth almost $38 billion. And although that did not lead Bitcoin to a new all-time high, what is especially striking as well as encouraging about this purchase, and also the answer to the question of whether it is too late to buy Bitcoin, is the fact that the average price per BTC in this last tranche was $97,862. So Saylor and his company have no doubts that Bitcoin will go not only to 100K, but significantly more. Let's also mention that MicroStrategy, on the wings of its BTC accumulation strategy, raised its share price by more than 500% since the beginning of the year, which not only surpassed the growth of the leading crypto, but also briefly brought the company to the top of the 100 largest American companies listed on the stock exchange, according to the market capitalization, of course. In line with the policy of continued buying of Bitcoin, analysts at the research and brokerage firm Bernstein expect MicroStrategy ownership to grow from 1.7% of the circulating supply to 4% over the next decade, and have updated the company's share price to $600 by the end of 2025. It is currently trading at approximately $420. And until the big players, companies, institutions, and ETFs stop buying, Tether continues to print stablecoins. So on Saturday, the company released an additional 3 billion USDTs, 2 on the Ethereum blockchain and 1 on Tron. This brings the total amount of 13 billion new USDTs printed by Tether since the 8th of this month. These indicators are key to assessing the market value and future direction of the crypto sector. High volumes of newly minted stablecoins are generally considered a signal of growth and price increases, while low volumes signal bearish activity with reduced market interest. Looking at the beginning of the year, the market capitalization of USDT as the leading stablecoin has increased by almost 50%, from 90 to the current $132 billion. So this should also be a signal that breaking new BTC records is only a matter of days away. Additionally, whale activity is on the rise. According to blockchain analytics platform LookOnChain, big investors and Bitcoin whales have started hoarding BTC amid the BTC price drop. Also, crypto trading activity on centralized exchanges has increased significantly, indicating very strong bullish sentiment. 10x Research notes that the market is currently witnessing continuous high volume over multiple consecutive days, suggesting long-term strong trading interest. In the meantime, from a macroeconomic point of view, we have a short week ahead of us due to Thanksgiving in the US. But that does not mean that there are no important events that could trigger additional volatility. Already tomorrow, the minutes of the Federal Reserve meeting in November will be published, where it was decided that interest rates will be cut by an additional 0.25%. The minutes will show the thoughts of individual Fed leaders and give potential signals of the future direction of the makers of American monetary policy. The day after, on Wednesday, data will be released on the Federal Reserve's preferred inflation metric in the form of the Personal Consumption Expenditures Index, or PCE, just like unemployment data. Also, the revised GDP for the third quarter is scheduled for Wednesday. All in all, as always, investors and analysts will be watching these numbers closely, especially given the renewed narrative of possible stagflation, where signs of a rebound in inflation are accompanied by rising unemployment. Because of this, the markets are not sure what the next meeting on December 18th will bring, where a further cut in interest rates will be decided. In this context, it should also be emphasized that the president of the Fed, Jerome Powell, recently said that they are in no hurry to lower rates. And while Bitcoin currently appears to be consolidating and cooling down, stuck below 100K for now, investor focus is shifting to alts. In the last 7 days, most large and mid-cap altcoins have seen double-digit growth rates, and alts that were previously perceived as so-called zombie coins, led by XRP, ADA, and Stellar's XLM, have seen fantastic gains. XLM, for example, grew more than 100% in 7 days. Although still at a high of nearly 59%, Bitcoin's dominance seems to be slowly drying up, which together with the excellent returns of alts, could mean that the altcoin season has just begun or is about to begin. And so, with altcoins announcing their season, we have reached the end of this week's first Cryptoverse Daily Report. If you liked the video, please give it a like, leave a comment, and we would also greatly appreciate if you click subscribe. Thank you for following, and kind regards.